we often make logging out to be pretty glamorous, action-packed, fast-paced in our videos, and for the most part, it really is an awesome job. It's a great profession to be into. The bad part of it, like when you're an entrepreneur, business owner, the burden that always kind of follows you around, that sits on your shoulders all the time, like the stress, that's always kind of with you. We have good weeks and bad weeks with logging, meaning that we have weeks where we don't make any money at all, like we go backwards. We have weeks where we make good money. It's just a give and take, and it's like that in any profession. I'm sure it's like that in construction. I know it is on the dirt end of things. Apparel business, logger threads, we have some good designs, we have some bad designs, and it's probably like that with everything. You know, there's good weeks and bad weeks. We didn't, as far as the cutting and everything this week, you know, we cut a job that it didn't cut out as good as I had hoped it would originally, and it brought less than I originally thought it would. I tried to give my landowner every penny we could to try to stay as close to that figure I initially told him we would. In turn, we really didn't make any money, but like I said, some weeks that happens. But you know, you got to keep your clients happy. You got to try to stick to your guns and do what you say you're going to do. Luckily, I work with great clients. 95% of the people I work with or do business with on a regular basis, as far as my clientele, fantastic people. Every now and then we get someone that's, you know, there'll be a misunderstanding or it's hard to get along with. I try to avoid those situations at all costs. I'll walk away from those jobs if I think, in the process of lining up a job, I think there's going to be trouble down the road. I'll pass on it. It's not, to me, it's not worth the headache and the hassle. Luckily, the gentleman we were working on this week, he was very understanding with kind of being off on things, those few trees cutting bad, not being able to get the extra footage out to kind of get that end result up where we needed it. Like I said, we tried to do everything we could there, and that's life sometimes, guys. Other things like equipment, we had a bad injector, or we've got a bad injector, which that's primarily what you're going to see today, is doing some work on that injector, changing injector, should I say. We took a gun. I bought an infrared heat gun to detect temperature, and we determined that it was going to be the number 4 cylinder, which injector was bad, which I think it was the number 3, but it's just, that happens too. And as far as the political end of things, you constantly, I'm on the phone all the time, whether it's talking to potential clients and customers, or I'm talking to people, call just to kind of shoot the breeze about this, that, and the other as far as equipment and logging, or I'm working on stuff with the social outlets, people messaging about logging, or whether it goes to logger threads. We're constantly doing stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and I don't care what business it is, what profession. There's a lot of stuff on the back end of things that people rarely see. A lot of times people just see the high points of anything, because the high points are, that's what's cool. That's what everybody wants to see, the awesome stuff. People want to see, like for us, they want to see the trees falling. They want to see the skidders running, the logs being drug out. It's the boring stuff or the stressful stuff, like on the back end, the day-to-day stuff. It's taking phone calls, talking to people, getting game plans and strategies together. That's the stuff there's days it's just, it's a load. It's stressful. It really is. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. We didn't get things quite squared away on the skidder. We're definitely going to try to go back Thursday when it warms up a little bit to try to get that number 3 cylinder injector changed. Hopefully that'll fix our problem. We've got a bad injector. What that's doing, it's filling the cylinder full of diesel fuel, and we're not getting good combustion, and we're putting that diesel into the engine oil. It's going past the rings, and we're making engine oil. Basically, the diesel fuel's getting into our engine oil, so we need to get that addressed before we tear some mains out, shell the lower end of the engine. That's not a good deal. That's happened before. We don't want to do that. So at least we've got our problem kind of figured out. So now it's just kind of getting it taken care of. Now, I'm not a mechanic. I'm the farthest thing from mechanic. You guys that watch my stuff know that these are not how-to videos. These are more of a blooper reel than anything. So please don't try to use my videos for thinking that's how you should do something, because 9 times out of 10 it's generally not. I just do what works best for me most of the time, and the other times what I'm able to do, like on mechanicking and turning wrenches. So I shot video today when I had a chance. There was 3 of us working on that skidder off and on, trying to troubleshoot it, get the injectors out, take lines off. So it's just kind of a this, that, and the other video when we go over it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. We'll definitely try to get a few more out this week. It's going to get cold, cold. It's already 10 degrees warmer here than it was the job site. We're almost home. We're about 20 miles north of where we live. So we're getting close. So definitely like, comment, subscribe. Excuse me. And we'll see you guys later in the week. Here's what we hope is the bad injector. Kind of how well you can see it, but the tip's pretty corroded, I guess we could call it. Can't really zoom in to see it too well. There we go, maybe. Yeah, the tip's pretty corroded here. Of course, that was an absolute nightmare getting it out. We're in the process of getting the other one put in right now. We got a brand new one. Picked it up from Deere this morning. This is a problem. I think maybe once or twice in the past we've had this problem with injectors. It's not a real common problem. Definitely not a easy task to try to do out here in the field, because I hate working on stuff in the field at all, but especially when you have to deal with stuff like this, I just soon get in the shop and try to tear it down the best you can. Of course, the wind in the second front moving in, this second Arctic blast they're talking about is coming in right now, and the temperature's really dropping. The ground's frozen rock solid this morning. But hopefully, this is our problem. We'll go down here, see if we can get this other one put in. Hopefully, back up and going. Not the best day to be working on this stuff by any means. I don't like working on stuff anyway, but there it is. And this is the injector that was reading real low temperatures with our heat gun, or from the cylinder that was reading real lowish temperatures on the manifold anyway. So hopefully this will be the problem.
a little bit.